Okay, so welcome back. A while back, we showed you how to develop this application here. This is basically a scientific calculator utility application. We showed you how to develop that in C# Visual Studio, Windows Forms. And it's a really good opportunity to develop utilities and applications like this yourself rather than just running on the internet and downloading whatever utilities you need. It's really good opportunity to learn and build your skills by figuring out how to develop something like this, a real-world application. And we showed you in a multi-series set of videos how to do this. However, I was getting no views, so I kind of quit after a while. But what we're going to do in this video, we're going to take up where we left off in the last series. And what we implemented in the last series was a very simplified version of this, where we do simple operations. We can convert degrees to radians. We can add a number to memory, remove it from memory, recall from memory, clear the input text box, delete the last character. We can add pi. We can do square root. We can do x squared, 1 over x. We can do sine, cosine, radians to degrees, degrees to radians, and then the basic divide, multiply, subtract, add, equals. We also started out the implementation of using parentheses in your equation, and then all of the numbers and the plus, minus, and the period. So we developed some very basic functionality in this. However, to really make this complete, you need to get into some fairly complicated logic analysis to figure out how to parse and then to solve your equation. And for example, when you start to introduce parentheses, which we didn't quite implement, you can see that there's things such as operator precedence. When you do parentheses, anything in parentheses takes precedence over any other operators like divide, multiply, and add. And you need to figure out in your equation what you're going to analyze first to make sure that you get the right results. So for example, let's say we've got 3.2 plus 5.8 minus 7 times 6.4. Here's a fairly simple equation. However, there's things such as operator precedence that says you can't just solve this from left to right, add 3.2 to 5.8 and then subtract 7, then multiply times 6.4. There's a thing called operator precedence that says, no, you need to do the multiplication, and if there's a division, do those first, then you can do the add and subtract if you want to get the right answer. So we're going to look at that. We're going to look at how to implement some of the other features, exponentiation, and so on. So let's take a look at how you might approach this from scratch and try to learn something about how this algorithm should look. So let's start with this equation we just entered and think about how we are going to analyze this. And the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to recognize this is a string, right? And in this string, what's the first thing we're going to do? Well, probably you want to remove any blanks because they're just getting in the way. All you care about is the actual numbers and these operators, the plus, minus, and multiply. And we've also got some decimal points we have to think about. But we're going to want to remove blanks first. And then we can think about, hey, the important things are the values, right? The 3.2, the 5.8, the 7, the 6.4. Maybe we can extract those from our string. We can parse our string and put those values into an array of values. So here we'll have 4 double values in an array. And then we can make a separate array of operators, which is what we did in the previous series. Here we've got a plus, a minus, and a multiply. And we can think about, hey, if we've got these values in one array and these operators in a separate array, what we can do is we can step through each operator and say, okay, the first thing I want to do is add this value and this value. So the 0th element for the 0th operator and the first element for the 0th operator, and we can take those and add them. And then we can maybe step down to the next one. Once we've got this 3.2 plus 5.8 done, we can take that result and subtract 7. So that's one approach. However, we have to keep in mind what we talked about before, which is operator precedence. And we didn't talk about that in the previous series. Operator precedence is standard practice of saying that certain operators take precedence and must be done before other operators. And the typical precedence in an arithmetic equation is, first of all, if there are any parentheses, you want to operate on whatever equation is inside the parentheses and solve that first. Then if there's any exponents, solve those next. Then you do your multiplication and divisions. And here we don't have any parentheses, we don't have any exponents. We've just got our multiplication. So immediately, we're going to want to do that first. And then once we have that result, we can do the addition and subtraction, 5.8 minus the result of 7 times 6.4. So now we're going to have to think about how we can design some logic that's going to take into account operator precedence. So here is a more complicated example of an equation that requires that you evaluate operator precedence. And you can see I've got some parentheses here, I've got multiple sets of parentheses, and I've got a multiplication which takes higher precedence over the plus and the minus. So we're going to have to attack this equation, keeping in mind that we first have to look at the sub-equations inside the parentheses, and then we're going to have to deal with the multiplication and division if we had it, and then we can do the addition and subtraction. So if we're going to evaluate this, we're going to have to figure out some way to say, okay, well, the innermost parentheses have to be evaluated first, which means this one, this sub-equation, 5.8 minus 7, has to be evaluated, and then this has to be evaluated, or vice versa, but the inner parentheses have to be evaluated first. Then we will do the multiplication, not only because it's a multiplication, which has higher precedence than the plus or the minus, but we've also got these outside parentheses, which says all of this has to be evaluated before we do our addition. So instead of being able to just go from left to right and say, okay, we'll take this value and this operator and the next value and the next operator and do them sequentially from left to right, now we're going to have to figure out a way that allows us to evaluate based on operator precedence. And that's where this problem becomes very, very complicated. So what we're going to look at in the next videos is ways that we can take this equation or equation like that and evaluate it based on the operator precedence that we show here. And there's going to be a bunch of different techniques, but unfortunately a lot of them are very complicated. So it's going to take some discussion, and I know a lot of people are going to run away right now because they're just going to go to AI and ask them for the answer. But for those who want to learn, it's a very nice way to use your head and think about how you might solve this. So I encourage anybody who wants to actually learn and use their brain to start thinking about how you might approach this based on whatever programming language, like C# or whatever, and figure out how you might do this. So that's it for this one. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks.